What's going on, guys? Welcome to the next video on HTML. In the last lesson, in the last video, I shouldn't say lesson because it's just a video. In the last video, we have done all this layout, the front layout for our shop. So we've done a search and we've done product, login, and sign up on top menu. And I just wanted to repeat again that so far we learned input, and that's the type, text, and we learned button and button radius. And in the last video we learned an order list. And this is then we first put an order list, then put a list and list and list and list, and it goes on. And just to let you guys know, then opposite of this order, an order list is order list, OL. So if you guys see this order list, it means that it comes in as a list one, and it goes in order. So if you guys see, but I've seen this rarely used. I'm not sure why, but a lot of programmers, they prefer an order list because you can insert it anywhere you like. But just let you know that there is another list called order list, so that's OL. What I'll do is that I'll copy again. So it goes like this. So it's list 2 and list 3. And as you guys can see that's is also it's got a numbering as well. So if I put that in a div, so what I'll do is I'll copy that and put it inside the proper div. So we put our order list, and what I'll do is that because it's testing purposes, we put our style here. We put a height. Say we put a height of 200 pixels, and we put a width of say 300 pixels. Sorry, width of 150. And one sec. And margin left. We should put a margin left. Margin left, say we put 100 pixels. Alright, so we see that's our list, is that it comes in a number even though we did not put any number here. As you guys can see with this one, as you guys can see, an order list, we just put a list, product and everything. But with the order list, the numbering comes in because HTML sees that this one as order. So even if I remove this list 1, list 2, or list 3, so it doesn't matter how many lists you put it there, but you excuse me, I'll remove that. I'll put a list, and I'll put another list. So I'll put another list. This is also list. So it doesn't matter how many lists you guys put. I'll put a nice background as well. So in you guys should not do this. You only do that in matter of priority. As you guys see that in some websites they have a style in div, but you can do like this. But it's a lot of developers, they prefer to put it in style because it looks more neat. But if you put it in every div, you put it style, then it's big headache. So I'll do that because I just want to test. And if you want to put a background color, gray. So I want to put a nice background. Alright, as you guys see, the numbering comes outside because the order list goes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that's our width and height. And that's how the order list comes in. But we rarely use. The only time you guys want to use is because if you want to count your users, how many users you've got in the website. I'll count your product. But as you guys see, this one in the last video, there was no number incoming because that was an order list. So just want to let you know that this is an order list, and there is OL is order list. It comes in handy sometime, but if you want to put a menu or something on the sidebar or something, you guys always do this UL, an order list. So that's it. That's something new. Alright, so we go ahead and we see again our website. We get rid of this order list, and we want to see here, we want to lay out here, we want to put our sidebar here, and we want to put a nice picture here. And just let you know again, one more thing is that this href, there was one here. Hey, I think I've shown you guys in the first video. So if you put a first or second video, www.google.com. Okay, so this A is going to come here. That's called anchor text. That it'll take you from one website to the next. For some reason it's not showing. Okay, so we put it inside the paragraph. Okay, because you got to wrap it, and we say visit Google. Okay, that's how we're gonna see that. Alright, so you guys see that the visit Google's got a color, if you guys can see this, and when we go hover, it's called hover. When you go hover on top, it's the hand sign come in, and when we click, the Google site is gonna come in, because I turn off the internet and I don't want internet with the Windows because I'm working on localhost. That's how the color changes to blue, and that's how it is. You guys can put it with the logo. So if you guys want to put your website here, you guys can put it with logo, and you guys can put it with image. So sometimes if you want to take the visitor to your website to another website, you guys can put like this. So that's one thing more to show. So you guys put your anchor text here, you put a href, and you put the name of the website. So you can put a Facebook or Twitter or your site, and you just put anything here. You guys can put an image. So image of anything. You guys can put an image here, IMG or paragraph or header or anything. So you guys can put even H1. Visit Google. And you guys see that thing comes in big because it's H1. It doesn't matter what you guys put, as long as you wrap it with this A, starting with A and then ending with A again. Anchor text is called anchor text. You're good to go, no problem. Alright, so we quickly go and design this bit. We want to put our sidebar here, and we put a nice photo here. And I think in the next video, you guys mature enough to learn more about this web development. So I'll go and show you new tricks. So what we do is that okay, so now our everything's done. That's our logo and that's our nav bar, because we have done our nav bar. Alright, so we go at the bottom and we create a div, another big div, and we put a class main. We put a class main because that's our in the main page. I'll get rid of this Google. That's our main page, and we want to divide it into two sections. So class main. Alright, so we go ahead and we put a dot main, and we want to put a width of 100%. Okay, so and the height, I'll leave the height empty at the moment. I just want to put the width, and I want to see how, because there's no background color or anything, I just want to create this main. Alright, so we go ahead and create two more div here, because we wanna, the first div is gonna be class, because the class is main, and ID is sidebar. Sidebar, the second div, the class is going to be main, and the ID is going to be main image. Alright, so inside this div main, which we've got a ID of 100%, we've got two more divs. So the first one is sidebar. Okay, so this one is going to be sidebar with the ID, and it's going to be the width. The width going to be, say, 40%. 40%, and the height is going to be, say, 300% pixels, and the background color, our border background color is gonna be gray. Alright, gray. You want to see how it looks. Alright, so that's the first div comes in on the side gray, and that's the width of this 40%, and we want to put it on 20% because sidebars are just small on the side. It sits just right here. Alright, so our next div is gonna be main image, and we're gonna create that main image. We're gonna copy everything from here, width of 20, when we're gonna change it here because we're gonna need the same things here. Alright, so we come in here and we put instead of 20, we put a width of say 60%. 60% width, height of 300. Alright, and background is gonna be red. Okay, so we see, because it's coming at down, and we want it, we want this to come right here. So what we do is we want to put a float, and we learned this in the last video. We want to float left, and we want to float this right. Float right. Okay. Okay, so now our these two divs sitting here side by side. So now we position these two divs. So what we do is that we go and get rid of this border color, because we already know now that our sidebar is sitting where it's sitting. Okay, so now we do the float, and we put a background, we put a border. We just want to put a border, 1px solid. Say you guys can put a 1px solid, and I'll put a hash 000000. It means it's black. Okay, so now everything is gone. This gray should disappear, and the border should appear. That's how we know this is our sidebar. Okay, so with our sidebar set, height is 300. We want to increase the side to 600, and we want to increase the side of this one is also 600, because these two got the same height. Alright, so now the height is increased. Say it's not coming right into the here. So what we do is that we try to fix it a little bit. So we do height of 500 pixel, 500, and we do 500 here as well. Okay, so that looks more better. So what we do here with the sidebar, and we put a margin left, we put a 10 pixels because we want to move it from the left. Okay, it moves to the towards the from the left, it moves 10 pixels, and with this right image we put a margin, say we put a margin right, we put a margin right, so we want a margin right of 10 pixels as well, because we move it away from the right and it moved a little bit this side. So now we want to increase our image all the way here. So we go there, and instead of this 60, how about we do it 70? We want to do it 70%. Okay, so the 70%, it comes all the way here. We can push it all the way to here to 75. So we push it a little bit further to 75. Okay, the 75 is here. Alright, that looks nice, but we don't want this border color red, background color. We get rid of this background color. Alright, so instead we put a border, and we copy it out from the top because I'm feeling a bit lazy typing. So instead of this one, we put a nice gray color, which is so you guys can put an E5, but I'll put a E1. So I want to put a nice grayish color. So that's how it looks, because this place is reserved for our photos, and this place now is reserved for our menu bar. Okay, so now the fun begins. So what we do is that we put our menu bar on the side, and we put our image right here. So this place is reserved for image, and this place is reserved for the menu sidebar. Okay, so again, instead of order list, we put an order list because we want a list, and we put a li for list. So it's list. Okay, as you guys can put as many lists as you want, it doesn't matter. Okay, and you guys, there's two lists, and we want to check how our two list is doing. Okay, so our two list is going outside this the boundary of this sidebar. So what we do is the sidebar hash, we copy that because as we said last time, that we go slowly target UL margin left, we make it 20 pixels. We see how margin left 20 pixel looks like. Alright, so looks like it comes into boundary, into our list here, and we do that border. So we want to do all our UL, not our UL, but UL sidebar. So we do sidebar UL LI because we're going to target the list, and we want to target the border bottom, border bottom. So we want to do 2 pixel solid. We want to put it FFF. That's white. Okay, that's how our border looks like. So, and we put a so after the border we put a background, because we want to put a background color orange, same as our gray maybe. So what we do is that we want to put a background of say E5, E5, E5 and E5. You want to see how E5 looks like. Alright, so that's how it looks, but it's very tiny. We want to give a little bit room, and we want to say padding of say 10 pixels. You want to give it space, breathing room all around. So that's how the padding looks for 10 space. Alright, so we want to see how we're gonna increase that. We want to see how we want to increase the size. Alright, so this list needs something to go in there. So in this video we're gonna finish this list, what we want our list to go in there, and with the next one we see how we go. So with the list we want to put random things like so we want to put the new cell. Okay, and the second one we want to see that the category is say mobile. Okay, so with the third one we want to say that all these homewares. Okay, and the fourth one on the not lorem ipsum li, you want to say that kitchenware. So we have 4 so far. You see how it looks. Okay, so that's how it looks, and it came in nice, sitting nicely here. But we want to get rid of this border sidebar, and it's got a border solid, and we want to put a nice little grayish. We want to say E7. Okay, so E7. Instead of this. Okay, so that's how it looks. Faint, very faint gray. So we want to get rid of this bullets here, and we want to say list style as we said on top, and display. So we want to say list style, and we copy from there, because we don't want any style, any these bullets with this these little bullets here. We want to get rid of that bullets. So display inline blocks. I don't think we need the display inline blocks, but we'll see. Okay, because that's how display inline blocks comes in. We get rid of this because we want a list. We don't want this displayed inline blocks. Okay, we don't want it inline. Okay, so now the thing is gone, and now that's how it looks. I think it looks a little bit cool. So if we put a padding of say the padding of 15 pixels, how the padding of 15 pixels look like. Okay, so now the padding of 15 pixels looks like this. Alright, so we put a little bit more list, and we put our image here. So new cell, mobile, homeware, kitchenwares, as you guys see in the e-commerce websites. So we put a list of computers, and we put a list of tables and chairs, and we put a list of, we can put any list. So we put a table, new cell, mobile, homewares, kitchen, computers, tables. What about fitness, health and beauty? I think that end sign's got a problem, but we'll see. Health and beauty, it was giving us red. In the future videos, I'm gonna explain why it's coming red, but I don't want to confuse you guys, because you guys just now needs to concentrate on these things. And we do a little bit few other categories, like I think one more or two more. So health and beauty, and you guys can go and put a, say, on sale, mobile, homewares, kitchenwares, computers, tables, health and beauty. And you guys can do cooking. You guys can put anything. Okay, so you guys can do another one. More, because we want more to come in at the end. Alright, so this is coming in like this in line. The reason I left here, because I want to increase this padding, border bottom, and we want to put a border bottom solid 2 pixels. We want to increase it to 3 pixels. We want to see how it looks for 3 pixels. Okay, we want to increase this, and we want to see this padding. I think there is a little bit room here which we want to fill. So we put a border padding list, margin left, and we want to say margin left at 3 pixels. Alright, so how the margin left 3 pixels, because it's coming 3 pixels this way. Okay, we need to UL margin left is 20. We want to say it 10. We want to see, because we gave it margin. Okay, it moved a little bit this side. Okay, so as you guys know that we brought the text center, you guys can bring the text in the center, but I think it looks fine, just fine like that. You don't need to put anything here with the text. It looks just fine. It looks okay, because it's coming in one line. You guys can put it in here, and it's just fine. Alright, let's see what else we can do with this one. We have done here, and we can move a little bit to the left again, or we can move okay, sidebar, the width is 20% and the height is this much, 500 pixels, float left, and because we want to put it left, and that's a border, and margin left is 10 pixels. Okay, so this is the margin left for this UL, looks like it's 10. We want to put it in 5, and we want to see how it looks. Okay, it moved a little bit to the thing left. I think that looks should be alright. But if you guys want to put it right beside this one, then you need to increase the margin from here. So okay, so if you want to put a 0, I'll put a 1 pixel. 1 pixel from the left, and that's how there is a little bit room here, but that should be alright, because that looks alright. So if we put a LI, the padding of say 20, we want to see what 20 pixels, if we give a padding, what it's gonna look like. Alright, so the padding of 20 is all the way filled up all the way here. So it looks cool. It looks like a professional website, and it's got a new cell, mobile, everything. So you guys can put your LI. You guys can put your href, and you guys can put your hash here, because there's nothing at the moment. Another href, 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 another href. Alright, so we want to put a cursor pointer as like a last one. We want, if the user goes there and goes in one of these, it should hover. Okay, so put a cursor. Pointer. Okay. As you guys see that, as if when I move over here, this points. Or the hover pointer. Okay, we see the color. You want to see the color orange. You want to see how the sidebar. Okay, yeah. As you guys can see, our hover, I thought better to teach in the last video, but you see that if I move, when I move here, then this turns orange. You guys can put on the top too for the top menu. So where is the menu ULLI? Menu ULLI. So you guys put it here. LI hover, and we put a color FFFF, because when we go on top, we want when the user goes on top, we want the color, turn the color into white. That's what the hover looks like. Alright, so we've done our hover, and we've done our sidebar menu, and looks like the image one left, and we'll see in the next video what this side one looks like. So I hope you guys liked the video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.